Hey there, Tamir from Fibonacci-Traders.com here. Pre-live preparation show for October 12th, 2023. If you are here, say hi, don't be shy. Let me just adjust the computer. So, how is your trading week so far? Who is with me? We are waiting for CPI numbers to come out. We have another 1 minute and a half. If we take a look on the 2 hours futures, we can see that it is basically moving between the 43.84 and the 43.95. Good reaction, and we are heading towards the 44.27. Bad reaction. If we zoom in to the 15 minutes, we can clearly see a double top scenario that will take us back to the 43.86 and maybe towards this trend line over here. Broadening formation, it's the only true formation. We have another 40 seconds for the CPI numbers to come out. Who is with me? Say hi, don't be shy. We are here to learn, educate one another. Hi Ares, thank you very much for joining. We have another 20 seconds until CPI numbers. Once CPI numbers will come out, we will see volatile move to the upside or to the downside. Remember, the first initial 15 minutes does not show the rest of the movement. So stay out, do not trade the first 15 or 30 minutes. And here we are. We are going to the downside. As you can see, CPI numbers came out. Now let's see how the CPI, what are the numbers? Look at the 15 minutes. We can zoom in. Hi, Jonathan. Thank you very much for joining. We have CPI numbers coming out. 3.6. Expected was 3.7, sorry. Expected was 3.6. Now let's see how market will react. Initial move to the downside, as you can see, double top scenario validated. Now 43.86 needs to hold, otherwise we will meet this trend line over here, maybe together with the 43.80. But as we say, the first initial move, the first 15 minutes does not change the overall sentiment, does not indicate on the overall sentiment. Look at this volatility on the market. Computers are going wild. Shorts and longs are being vanished. If you are long, you cut out. If you are short, over here also you got screwed. Sorry for the language. 2 hours now, 43.84 needs to hold, otherwise the same volatility that we saw here to the upside, we will see to the downside. 43.56 will be the support. For now, bulls are nowhere to be found. First reaction to the downside. Let's see, 43.83 together with this red trend line needs to hold. Hi, Offer. Thank you very much for joining. In the invitation, I want to thank you for your one-on-one. I joined every moment. It was very professional and I already missed our conversation. Thank you very much, Offer. It means a lot to me, these kind of feedbacks. Thank you very much. This is why we do those one-on-one, to help each other. We educate and we learn. I also learned a lot from you. Thank you very much, and we will meet again. Of course, the one-on-one and the online program, both programs will give anyone lifetime access for support from me, guidance from me, until you will say, I don't need no one. I can do it by myself. So check the links in the description below if you want to become your own indicator, learn in-depth candlestick analysis, and learn really how to be a professional trader and a professional risk manager. for now, we have downside. 43.84 is holding for now. Now starting to break below. Who is with me? Say hi. Don't be shy. Hit the notification bell. Share with friends. And here we are going to this trend line over here. If you have any chart request, any request at all, any comments, any questions about technical analysis, the psychology behind trading, anything concerned on the stock market, let me know. I will do my best to give you the best answers that I can provide. Don't forget, we have the Fibonacci Academy playlist. 25 videos, each video on how to become a better trader on the technical side and the psychology behind trading. Here we see the Bitcoin. Not much of a move. Basically inside day for now. Still in this downtrend channel. Nothing much. Futures going down. Let's see if this trend line will hold. And here we are. Look at this. This is why I say you watch it live. You get everything live. Fibonacci and trend lines. This is all we need. Look at how the trend line held for now the price. Bounce. It doesn't mean it will bounce back up. But for now, it's holding. So if you want to go short, I would wait. It's only been 5 minutes since CPI numbers came out. We don't know where. It's still very early to know where price will head next. 43.84 here on the 2 hours still holding. Now this small tail will get filled with this candle, and then we need to see where price will head, breaking down and under below this red trend line, and we are heading towards the 43.76. Below 43.76, in my opinion, we shall visit 43.54. 56, sorry. So for now, let's go over. If you did not see my daily market review, let's make a quick recap. SPY. For now, as you can see, pre-market on this gap over here. Let's see this gap getting filled, but this trend line over here will become a very tough resistance. Some kind of a pullback to the 433 area will be very healthy. QQQ pre-market holding nice. 369 needs to hold now as support. It was resistance, support, resistance. Yesterday broke up and above, and let's see, can we get continuation today and maybe also tomorrow towards this purple trend line. Dow Jones pre-market still around the 338. I want to see a weekly close above the 338, and then with high probability next week we are heading towards this gap over here. Let me know, how do you see me? How do you hear me? Let me know that everything is well. Once again, let's jump to the futures. Still holding barely. As you can see, this trend line is holding barely. On the 2 hours, it's getting to the downside. Let's see how this candle will close. If this candle on the 5 minutes will close below this red trend line, we can start taking our short towards the opening bell. If you trade pre-market, in my opinion, you should close all your positions before the opening bell. So on the premium, we took some short just now. We are taking short on the premium room. If you want to join our premium room to get day trading ideas, swing trading ideas, you are more than welcome to join our premium room. This is our Discord. For those who don't know, we have the premium room. Let me share with you this. we have premium room, we have exclusive requests, swing ideas, academy, free academy, trading tips, trading terms, all the things that you want, all the big news from Twitter in one place. Check the links in the description below. Now, let's move ahead. IWM, this red trend line will become a very tough resistance. KRE still in a downtrend until I want to see a weekly close above this trend line, and then we will start taking our long crude oil, holding above this red zone. Very important red zone support from resistance to support. Very important area. Breaking below, we will see 77.70. Natural gas, still, you remember this trend line? We drew this trend line a few days back. Very tough resistance. If bulls will give up on this trend line, we are heading south, back to the 3, below the 3. We will close this gap because futures of any kind does not have any gaps. Apple went all the way to the 180. Still we have this gap over here. 177.80 needs to hold, otherwise continuing sliding down. Nvidia, hi Kozali, hi Leah, thank you very much for joining. Nvidia, continuation this uptrend bull run since middle of September. 462 together with this red trend line needs to hold before the next leg up. Amazon, multi-bottom scenario starting to get validated. Pre-market, not bad. 131 needs to hold before the next leg up towards this gap over here. Let's see. Futures now broke below it. Now this trend line over here from support will become a very tough resistance. Our stop loss for the short is just above the 43.84. As we said, we took short in the premium room. You're more than welcome to check. Links in the description below. Choose your own path for financial freedom. Now look how price is fighting with this trend line. This trend line is resistance. Next is the 43.83. And the 2 hours went all the way to the 43.76. Fibonacci trend lines, multi-time frames. This is how we trade. This is the only way to see a better point of view and get a better point of view of price action. You can be a little bit more accurate to the high of this candle. Now 43.77 is the support. 43.86 will become once again resistance. It was resistance over here, support over here. So 43.86 is now the resistance, and here you are, you're getting everything on live. This trend line, we don't even need Fibonacci. This trend line from support, now resistance. Our stop loss on the premium room is just here. We took short on the break. Now our stop is over here. As you can see, we took short on the break in the premium room. Now going to the downside, you want to know where price might be heading next, also on the 5 minutes or on the 15 minutes. All you need to do, take Fibonacci, swing low, swing high on the last trend, and here you are. Look at this extension 618 Fibonacci holding a support. You can now zoom in to the 5 minutes chart, and all you need to do, follow price, which now is in a downtrend. This area together, the 43.83 together with this red trend line. Now if you are short, this area needs to hold as resistance. Let's continue on the quick recap. Meta, you remember this trend line? We talked about it yesterday. Pre-market preparations. Now, resistance. But it's a good resistance. Yes, there is such thing as a good resistance. This resistance shows us that Meta, until proven otherwise, higher highs. Higher highs is the definition, the pure definition for uptrend. So as long as price crawling up on this trend line, the way is up. We use ATR, Fibonacci to use our risk management. Also Google 138 broke above. Now let's see continuation towards the 142 together with this white trend line. Microsoft broke above the 330. Now pre-market slightly below the 330. Now we can take Fibonacci once again. Swing low, swing high. And here you have it. 328 is the support. 333.90 is the resistance. AMD, not surprising, close above the 107. We talked about this 107. We talked about these crossroads of these trend lines few weeks back, and we said we are waiting for a weekly close or at least 2-3 days closing above this 107, 108 area, and here we are. And this trend line from support, now resistance, but it's a good resistance. As long as price is above the 107 and even hanging below this trend line, but goes up, the way is up. Tesla, trend lines, this is the story. No need Fibonacci, trend lines, price action, gaps. You know this red trend line. Day before yesterday, inside candle below the trend line, touched and got rejected. Now this area, this purple zone needs to hold. Let's see where Tesla will take us today and for the rest of the week. Not much. Now here's our stop loss. Will it hit the stop loss? Open a gap. No gaps on futures. This gap, this small gap, needs to get filled. As you can see, this gap needs to get filled. Now stop loss got hit. Almost. Now our stop loss got hit. Now let's see where price will take us now. Do not chase. Once your stop loss got hit, it's not the time to chase. Inside, back inside this broadening formation, holding nice. Bulls are giving a fight. As you can see, bounced off the Fibonacci. Let's see, can it close above the 43.86? Hi Rafael, thank you very much for joining. What else do we have? Shopify. I want to see a weekly close above the 55.80. Netflix, continuation to the downside, sliding down, continuing sliding down this purple trend line towards the gap at the 341. Weekly close below this purple trend line. And by the end, we can be a little bit more accurate, like this. By the end, if we will close below this trend line, by the end of next week, this gap will get filled, maybe even before that. One last stock that I'm watching, very nice in the past few weeks, very nice in the past few days, very nice bearish, bullish. 1 second, sorry for all the confusion. Very nice uptrend. Now 85 needs to hold, and we are heading towards the 90.9. We had an uptrend, retracement, 618, held and bounce. Now we can take Fibonacci, swing low, swing high, and here you have it. Continuation towards the 91 and then towards this 95 and 101. Any other questions? What is on your checklist for these 2 days, today and tomorrow? And here we got a perfect example live why this was the first 15 minutes, why we should not trade the first 15 minutes. We took short, got stopped out. Now, as you can see, this broadening formation is still holding. Our stop loss got hit. This is part of the game. You take your risk, you manage your risk, and you need to stand by the results. Now let's see where price will take us. Can we get a bounce towards this trend line over here? We shall see. PLD. Prologics, volume nice, earnings coming up next week. Be careful. What do we see here? Take Fibonacci, swing low, swing high. Next, first we have 110.35 support, long continuation above the 113.60, and then towards the 116 and 118.30. All this area, be careful, this area from a very important area of support, strong support. If and when PLD will reach this area between the 118 and the 121, it will become from support to a very tough resistance. What else? Hi Faiz, thank you very much for joining. TDD. We talked about it. Also, if you follow me on Twitter and on Discord. Now, no, Faiz, stop loss doesn't work. Pre-market. You need to be fast with your finger on the mouse. So if you're not fast, basically trading pre-market, super dangerous. So if you're not professional and you cannot handle the pressure, do not trade pre-market, especially in the first 15 or 30 minutes after this binary event. TDD, triangle, lower highs, higher lows, broke. Tuesday broke above. Yesterday managed to close above this. Now let's see continuation above 87.60, and then we will see 91.70. If you're lazy, take Fibonacci, swing low, swing high like this, and here you have it. Also from here, and it gives you everything that you need for future price action. Support, resistance, PLTR, 2 consecutive dojis below the 1850, which means some kind of a pullback might happen today and tomorrow. 1736 needs to hold, otherwise we are heading back to the 1585. Long continuation above the 1854 towards 2015. Any other questions? Any other questions about technical analysis in general, the psychology behind trading? Not only chart requests. I'm more than happy to give you my point of view on any chart, on any time frame. But if you have other questions, I will be more than happy to share my opinion. And of course, everything you hear and see on my videos and on my channel in general is my opinion only. ALTR double bottom scenario, very nice. Now let's see continuation above 68 towards closing this gap over here. You're more than welcome off there. BJ's Wholesale Club. What do we see? uptrend, higher lows. Now, if you are not long yet, I would wait for a break and continuation above the 70.75 area. Only then I would enter long. I would put also alert over here. What else? Intel. What's going on with Intel? Nice bounce. We have a trend line. Now, this area, as you can see, this area, very tough resistance. Once again, also yesterday, long continuation above this area, and we shall see once again the 39.20 area getting rejected, and the next support, take Fibonacci. 35.90 below it, 35 together with this trend line that shows us that for now we are in an uptrend. Higher lows, higher highs, uptrend until proven otherwise. Let's clean the chart 1 second. Let's see where is the trend line for the higher highs. We can take this trend line, we can put it over here, and also we can put it over here. As you can see, trend lines. Let's take it all the way. Extend left like this, and like this. And here you see this trend line holding. We have another one to the downside, but for now this one to the downside is not relevant. As you can see, trend lines shows us the way until proven otherwise. Uptrend. Use trend lines ATR to manage your risk. If you don't know how to use ATR, Fibonacci Academy playlist, check it out. What else? Let's check. You're more than welcome. This is why we do what we do. This is why I go live, to learn from one another, to give my point of view, to help you become better traders. And each and every day I share my knowledge. I am 7 years full-time trader. In the first 2 years, I educate, I invested in myself. I took numerous courses, online, one-on-one, pre-recorded, recorded, thousands of hours of all the YouTube that I could consume. I was a member of numerous WhatsApp, Facebook groups, Discord groups. It took me 2 years to find the way, my strategy, my set of rules that works for me on the technical side and on the psychology behind trading. Never neglect the psychology behind trading. It's a big part, in my opinion. It's 80% of trading is the psychology behind trading. So now I'm trying to share my knowledge and help you not just become better traders, but I try with all the tools that I have to help you shorten the learning curve until you will become better traders, better risk managers. As you can see, inside candle for now. If this inside candle will close like this, we're, in my opinion at least, we are heading south. But in this point, I will not take any other trades. I would wait for the opening bell. So I want to thank you all very much for joining this live. Trade safe. Until the next video, please stay safe.